Ball Arena and welcoming fans back when we can all celebrate live sports and entertainment events responsibly.
Denver, it's been rough for the past several days here, dealing with air quality alerts due to the wildfires from the Colwood fire closest to the city, all the way up to the Cameron Peak fire, and of course our brand new fire, the East Troublesome fire, which has grown dramatically. This is today's air quality alert, but we do anticipate to see more air quality alerts moving into tomorrow afternoon. I want to bring you up to speed with the wildfires out there. Unfortunately, we have grown dramatically in the past 24 with the East Troublesome fire, now the second largest wildfire in the state's history, with over 170,000 acres burned so far and counting. But there is a little bit of relief in sight. Let me bring you to the next 48 hours here into Sunday, where we see a major accumulation of snow to the higher elevations where we have our major wildfires. Anywhere from 5 inches to 12 plus inches looking plausible right now. And though it is frozen precip, this is definitely going to pack a punch to those wildfires, helping those firefighters to contain the fires out there. So definitely a plus. So where's it coming from? It's the low pressure system we've been tracking further north, now still involved off around Wyoming and portions of Montana, where we've got winter weather advisories, winter storm watches, and warnings. For us, we're still under the drier trend, but not for long. Be ready for a major temperature swing as well. This is going to be the transition from Saturday into Sunday, but at least in the next 24, we are still dealing with the dryness out there. We've got cold temperatures, but that's not helping us out with those wildfires at all. The temperature doesn't do a thing for us. We want that moisture. 28 degrees around 1 o'clock in the morning. We've got some wicked winds rolling on in just before that area of low pressure. So we've got one more day here that we can actually really intensify these wildfires. So we've got to watch out for that off around the Front Range and the Park Range. The city itself could see gusts up to 25 or 30 miles per hour. And on top of that, we're still a bit breezy into the day side. Upper 20s to start us off in the morning. And of course, we've got to watch out for the air quality, the haziness out there. The daytime highs still well below average in the upper 50s and lower 60s.
33 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Here's our local Doppler radar.
Hey, what's going on? It's Kevin Hart, and I'm hosting the MDA Kevin Hart Kids Telethon. $1, $1 million, it doesn't matter. Whatever you got, every dollar counts. Check out the show live on Saturday, October 24th. You do not want to miss it. Wait a minute, hold on, this is live?
I thought he'd never sleep. Too bad we don't have any wine.
Howdy, Drizzly.
Hey, folks,
Ding dong, Drizzly.
The U.S. reports
Denver, we are still tracking that major area of low pressure that's going to fall out from Wyoming and Montana within the next 48 hours or so. By Sunday, definitely getting involved with major snow activity across not only the city, but to the mountains, which is what we really want in regards to those wildfires and brush fires around the Front Range and the Park Range. At the same time that we're dealing with the snowfall, we see a massive drop in temperatures, now calling for low 60s on Saturday, but falling to the upper teens now for daytime highs on our Sunday afternoon, with the snowfall accumulation that can range anywhere from 3 inches to almost 12 inches within the viewing area. Now, granted, the higher amounts closer to the higher elevations, and some of the peaks of the Front Range actually getting up around 24 inches of snowfall within a 24-hour time span. That's a lot of snow in a short amount of time for sure. Well, the cold air mass is going to remain for us as we move on into the next work week, but finally with the drier trend and the sunshine coming back, we'll start to rise with that warmth. Still well below average, mind you. I'm calling for mid-40s on Wednesday. The actual average high for the month of October is closer to 65 degrees. morning to you folks. Weather Channel meteorologist Greg Bennett here with an update to your Weather Across America forecast. And let me tell you, when it comes down to the western side of the U.S. from the southwest and in towards the northern plains, we've had some major alterations out there. Dare I say, blizzard-like conditions rolling through Montana. We're going to talk about that and, of course, what's happening out towards the Four Corners and the state of California. But first, let's get over to the frontal boundary system out there. Showers and storms still looking likely around New England, stretching all the way down to the Gulf coastal communities. These storms are looking rather aggressive, but at this time, not enough to become a severe weather threat. Heavy downpours, though, frequent lightning, and even localized flooding is not out of the picture across the Mississippi River Valley and then transitioning up towards Alabama and portions of extreme western Georgia. And obviously further south in towards South Florida, Miami and the Florida Keys, we are definitely still dealing with a flooding kind of issue out there. Then the temperatures, and that hasn't really altered for us. We're still calling for a major cooling trend across the entire southeast, well up into the northern plains. But first, let's track over towards New England, where we still have warm weather ahead of the frontal boundary system. That'll be towards the Atlantic side, so we're talking from Bangor all the way to the DC Metro. But as we get involved with the frontal boundary system, we get into a light shower threat, still mild with winds, but the daytime highs much chillier. And in fact, for Pittsburgh, easily 10 degrees plus below average for this time in the fall season. All right, further south, it becomes a bit more aggressive with the storm threat. Some heavier downpours out there across Atlanta, stretching down into even Montgomery, Alabama, and the panhandle of Florida. But further south, we are still dealing with flood watches for Miami, West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, all the way down to even Marathon. We have some pretty impressive rainfall totals expected through just the next 48 hours, which can actually range between 1 and 3 inches. That's a lot of water in a short amount of time. Further up north, high pressure involved across the upper Midwest and much of the Ohio River Valley. But right behind that front was the colder air out there. So we're talking major temperatures dropping from the average, from the norm. Chicago in the mid-40s, low 30s to Minneapolis, and they're supposed to be seeing ranges between 58 and 61 degrees for the month of October. So a wicked chill definitely involved even to the northern plains and into the upper Midwest. Then, of course, we get further west, closer to the Rockies, and we get into that low pressure system that is really looking to become our first true blizzard out there, because we actually have blizzard warnings involved up around Great Falls, Montana for tomorrow afternoon, where we could actually get between 12 and 24 inches of snowfall. Winter storm warnings throughout the state, and then transitioning out towards the Dakotas, we've got winter storm watches, winter storm warnings, and winter weather advisories. But just to the south, completely opposite forecast. Yes, it's chilly out there, but extremely dry. Red flag warnings popping up along the mountains, stretching all the way down to Albuquerque, New Mexico, where we switch over to fire weather watches. That'll extend all the way over to the state of California, where we're still dealing with air quality alerts around Fresno and the Creek Fire.
Let's hide behind the chainsaws.
Smart. Yeah, okay.
If you're in a horror movie, you make poor decisions. That's what you do.
This was a good idea.
If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
It's hurricane season. You need to know Carfagno. Weekday mornings on the Weather Channel.
Coconut oil, coconut water.
Got big plans Friday night? Here's a look at your forecast. Will the weather get in the way of your Saturday? Let's take a look. And here's how your Sunday's weather is shaping up.
Propositions 116 and